Was Superman good? Was he the beacon of hope that he needs to be for the new DCCU? Okay. Yes, he was. Sorry, I had to look around because Snyder fans do not like this movie and they hate anybody that says anything good about this movie. So I just had to make sure they weren't even around because they have been protesting at theaters for people not to go see this movie. But enough of that. Short of it, it's a good movie. I mean, it's a very by the numbers superhero movie, but it is a very good superhero movie. So if you want a good movie, go watch it. Because I'm gonna jump just straight into spoilers because it's been out since Friday. So I mean, if you've seen it, you've seen it. But this is just straight spoilers. Because there are things that I want to talk about. First things first, the pacing is a little strange. It's a little fast paced, which is weird to say because this movie is 2 hours. So saying that it's a little saying it's fast paced is weird because I feel like they could have done a lot in that 2 hours, but they also tried to cram a lot in. Because they crammed in the introduction of Green Lantern, Guy Gardner's, who is my favorite Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, Mr. Terrific, and God, forget the guy's name, but the guy that can morph. I think they said his name, but I forget. They introduced Crypto, the Superbots, Supergirl. They just kind of they cram all that in, and I feel like the pacing's a little weird. Lex Luthor, which really weird because his company name in this movie is called Luthor Corp instead of Lex Corp. I was like, what the heck? I was like, maybe I didn't really have a problem with it. I thought it was a little weird. Main thing though is this Superman very human, I would say. Usually when you see a Superman movie, he feels bigger than us. Kind of how Batman is in most DC movies is why the cops are just he's just bigger than us. We can't do anything about him. But he felt very human. He felt very vulnerable in this movie. He felt like he actually for once he does have a side to him that is that he could lose. He's not just this invulnerable just God, which is very very fresh take. I've always found Superman kind of boring because of that, but now that he's weaker, you feel more of a connection. The movie got very dark in two instances, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're going there, huh? Okay, that's okay. Lex Luthor still being a professional hater. And when he's yelling at Superman, brains beats bronze. There's a line in the movie he's saying that, and I'm thinking a lot of people don't realize that Superman is one of the smartest characters in DC. He's not top 5. I'd say he's probably top 10 because he has a very sharp intellect. He's not like Mr. Terrific. He's not the Flash who can learn anything in an attosecond. He's not he's not like Batman level of smarts, but he is very smart. But need to dumb him down for the movies, I guess. Whatever. There's a couple. There's there's a scene where in the little pocket dimension where they're keeping Clark. This is where it gets where Lex Luthor has it was okay, look, we have war criminals kind of here, terrorists, whatever. The actual country that they attacked or whatever, they don't have places to hold these people, so I hold them, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's like, oh, and some more personal ones. And just, he's like, yeah, petty ex-girlfriend. I don't want to, she posted a blog about me. He's like, I hate petty exes. I'm like, Jesus, Luthor. And you can and then I'm like, Jesus, Luthor, I understand that you're a professional hater, but you don't have to go to reverse level. I don't think anybody can get to reverse Flash levels of hating. That is just a pettiness that nobody else can ever achieve. Um, and then like they trap Superman there, and they have Morph like kind of like torturing him with kryptonite. Like so much that like he actually gets kryptonite poisoning, which of course he heals from because like once he gets back out into the sun. And then they bring like a guy that was in earlier, like a guy that Superman talked to, like he ran a falafel stand, and like they just straight up kill him. Like they're like, yeah, Superman, you're gonna answer my questions, or I'm gonna kill him. Pulls the trigger once, like it's like Russian roulette. Pulls the trigger once, nothing happens. He undoes it, like rolls the clip again, pushes it back in. He's like, okay, who raised you? And he's like, Superman, don't tell me. He just pulls the trigger and dead. He's like, oh, I didn't expect it to end that quickly. And it's like, dang, it's like, oh my, like, okay, so this is kind of the kind of Lex that we're dealing with. Okay, well, hey, you know what? I'm all for it. Krypto, I thought Krypto was gonna be like a little bit of like a, he's like, man, like a little bit of a side thing, like like, oh, like he's just gonna be there, but he's not gonna be playing a big part. But he's a bigger part than I expected Krypto to play. The Justice Gang, as they were calling themselves, I loved it. Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Hawk Girl just, they seem they're on a team together, and they just seem like they're just on a team because Maxwell Lord is sponsoring them. Like when they was like, oh yeah, we're sponsored by Maxwell Tech, and I'm like, so Maxwell Lord's in this universe, so we might, so like the Wonder Woman might focus on him. Who knows? But honestly though, like I can't speak praises of this enough. um like Jimmy, like Olsen, like having has a great role in this, and like like having a great time like with the girl that he's with it. And as a big fan of the All-Star Superman, like I don't really like Superman comics, but I'm a big fan of the All-Star Superman story in the movie. And I always loved Gary. Just like as like this guy that thinks that he's like a rival to Clark, or like just like better than Clark. And he's in this movie, and like he's just like he's always just fun to see. I'm sure he's in like a lot of Superman projects, but like what I've seen of Gary, like in like the animated TV shows and like the movies, like I've always liked seeing him just think that he's better than Clark, and Clark is just like, hey Gary, your hairpiece is on fire, or like your wig's on fire. And he's like, what? And it's like, oh, yeah, but you have like the generic, like a big CGI fight, although it doesn't last too long, it doesn't overstay its welcome, because I mean, like obviously Superman, Superman, like he sees a 100 guys against him, like he's not gonna take long to take them all down. Like the use of Lex Luthor though, probably like it would never be Clancy Brown levels of Lex Luthor from like the Superman, like from the Justice League show or Justice League Unlimited. It would never be there, but very good use of Lex Luthor. But yeah, like I just want to get on here and just talk a little bit about the movie and everything that they did, and like the plot of like Lex Luthor creating a fake war so Superman will intervene, and then then that'll mean that he now has the means to want to like go and like it's a very convoluted plot. And last thing I'll say before I hop off is the origin story. Like you don't see the origin story. I mean, we don't need to see the origin story, but the message of why they sent Superman there, a little different. It was a little darker, but it helped tie that story of family together real nice, which is what I liked. So, but yeah, go watch it. Great movie.